One of the recommendations Dr. Allard shares in his book is to increase regional nonprofit capacity, and I think you spoke a little bit about this in your beginning remarks. How has Mano a Mano done this effectively as it relates to immigrant legal services, and what have been some of the key learnings that you've experienced along the way?
Yeah, so when it came to immigration legal services, Mano a Mano definitely decided to take a different approach on how we would address this issue. And there's many other organizations out there already providing direct legal services, so we really wanted to do something different that touched not only on these like one-on-one services that we could give people, but really focus it more on like educational campaigns out throughout the whole county, where we spoke to people about the resources available to them, informed them about their rights, and also about fraud prevention, because that's huge in the communities that we serve. And to first determine how we decided to actually structure our program, we did a little bit of a case study or like some research back in 2015 as well. Our executive director at the time basically did an evaluation of immigration legal services in our county. We looked into the demand versus the actual supply of services, and we realized the most important thing, which was that the need is huge. For every one service provider, whether it be an accredited representative like myself or an immigration attorney to provide these services, they needed to serve about 4,490, almost 5,000 people per legal service provider in order to meet the need. And when we really learned this, we understood that we couldn't just wait for our clients to come to us. We knew the need was there, but not everyone was getting the services they needed. And so like you mentioned, we definitely know the challenges that we face being in an organization in the suburbs, plus serving the most vulnerable and stigmatized community. And so we really took it in our hands to go out to the community and go where people are. With this, we learned something very valuable, which is we need to leverage relationships throughout the community. We know that we can't do the work that we do without having those great relationships with other community sites, other community institutions like schools, libraries have been our greatest partners lately, and religious institutions definitely, because that's, like you say, where the community goes first, but sometimes they don't have the resources. So they lend us a space, we provide the services, and it works out great for us. So I think that's one of the biggest takeaways, understanding how high the demand was and that we couldn't do it alone really helped us expand throughout our county. And now we don't just provide services out of our main locations. We actually have satellite locations and definitely go throughout the whole county, and even have reached out to McHenry County residents as well, because our services are expanding so much, and we've realized that this county is not the only one with the lack of services.
Thank you, Jael. I think that the last sentiment that you just shared about reaching out and having that regional approach to service is so critical in the community where we are specifically. We see a lot of movement across from Wisconsin into Illinois and back and forth, and even, from the Chicago area and Indiana. So I think taking that regional approach is really valuable in thinking through solutions to some of these issues. I apologize that we only